We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at it, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Dalvin Cook with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 3rd down, Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. Where they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up. sacked back at the 45-yard line. Geno Atkins, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award on this very field, Von Miller, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Wilson's got it complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Dalvin Cook with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jackson. And now he's going to use Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Results in a fourth down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returnable for Grant. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Now Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. First catch there for Thomas. It's a first down. Jackson now on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Third and goal, Jackson. Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Bullock's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Fournette, a first down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Wilson. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Cam Newton with 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now in desperation, this is caught inside the 15. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Hayden Hurst with time running out as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get to field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Gets this one to Hill. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Steps away to his left. And an alley to run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here at overtime. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to air this thing out deep. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Here we go. 15 running. 55 to Mike. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check, boys.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
1st and 10. It's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Jackson throwing again. Flushed out right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us, we